wrong. This time they cut the seals on my meter box and tapped into my electricity like it was theirs to take. When I caught them, their excuse was laughable. They claimed they were testing it and that I shouldn't interfere. The only thing tested that day was my patience. And instead of losing my temper, I called the sheriff. But let me take you back to the start. The first sign was a flicker, just a faint dip in the lights, like the house itself had drawn a short breath. The evening sky was painted in bruised purples and fiery oranges over the ridges, and I was settled into my old leather chair, working saddle soap into a worn strap. The smell of oiled hide filled the room, a smell that feels like home. From the kitchen, Lena's voice carried softly, humming to the tune on the radio. Then the light stuttered again, longer this time. The lamp beside me buzzed, then steadied. I set the rag and strapped down. A man knows the heartbeat of his own place, and this wasn't the fridge cycling or the well pump kicking on. This was different. This was trouble. I stayed still, listening. Lena appeared in the doorway, towel in hand, her brow furrowed. "Ben," she said evenly, "you felt that?" I gave a short nod. 30 years of marriage means you don't need many words. Her look asked, "What is it?" Mine answered, "I'll find out." With a grunt, I pushed myself out of the chair, knees creaking, and went to the window. The utility pole by the road stood solid as ever. No sparks, no smoke. I swept my gaze down our fence line. The posts and barbed wire marked where my land ended, and beyond lay the HOA's common ground and Karen Lewis's palace. Her place was lit up as usual, lights blazing like a county fair. Her power seemed steady. That meant the issue was closer on my side of the fence. I slipped on my mud-caked boots. "I'm going to check it out," I told Lena. She didn't argue. Instead, she went straight to the closet and returned with my heavy-duty flashlight. She didn't need to ask questions. She already knew. That's Lena, always prepared, always steady. The night air greeted me cool and sharp as I stepped onto the porch. Crickets sang in the tall grass. I clicked on the flashlight and began tracing the line, starting at the meter box on the house. The seal was still there, the tiny stamped tag promising it hadn't been touched. I trusted that seal. I followed the conduit underground, my beam sweeping the dirt. Everything looked untouched until I neared the fence. That's when I saw it. A narrow trench, no wider than a shovel blade, slicing through my soil. Fresh earth, darker than the baked summer ground around it. Someone had tried to cover it back up with sod, but the patch job was sloppy, uneven, ugly. I crouched down, ran my hand over it. The dirt was soft, done today. Maybe just hours ago. I followed the scar with the flashlight. It ran from my line straight to the fence.